टेबल कुठे आहे? आता म्हणजे is my screen visible for everyone? Is my screen visible? Okay, so I'll start now. I'll start now. Okay, so in this session, we're gonna discuss about the map interface. Okay, that means we can say it's a map, and it is not a part of the collections. Okay, it is a data structure. Now consider simply. Now consider here we have a requirement just like that. Based on the roll number, we need to get the users. We need to get the students. So it may be a Sanjay. Okay, so this time here, when we will try to get this key, okay, that means this is nothing but your roll number. Based on your roll number, you will get this Sanjay. After that, it may be a 102. Here we have a Rohit, and maybe a 102. Here we have a Aniket. So this all the values, we all the student names we can get it by using the roll numbers. By using the roll numbers we can get it. Okay, so if if these types of requirement you need, then you can simply go with the map data structure. Okay, so map data structure contains the store the data in the form of key value pair. So here we have a key and this one is a value, so it may be anything. It may be a key or the key, or it may be a same or different data types. Okay, so it may be anything. Yeah, another things I have told you. So this is nothing but the key and this is nothing but the value. So this key and the value is called as an entry. Okay, so here we have a three entries. Yeah, and this is not a part of the collections. Otherwise, you will think it will present inside the collections, inside the collection frameworks or collections hierarchy. No, it's not. Okay, it's not. Now, another thing here is, now here I have a 101, 102 and 103. Now I'm just trying to add the 102 and here I'm just putting some different name, just like a surge I'm adding here. Okay, surge I'm adding. So here it must be unique. Key must be unique here. So here right now what I have 101, 102, 103 and the 102. So this time what it will happen, it won't throw the error, but it should be unique. What it will happen, firstly, we have one memory, consider we have 102, okay, and inside this what we have a root. Now this root will override with the search. That's it. It won't throw any error, but it doesn't allow the same key. It should be a unique. And another thing, it does not follows the ascending and insertions order. So consider, firstly, you have added the search. In this 101, you have added the search. So it won't print at the first. It may be this 101, it will print at the last. Okay. So it does not follow the ascending order as well, and it will does not follow the insertion. So it may be here we have 101. So in this case, it may be print 102 and this root name. Okay. So it may be anything. Okay. It may be anything. It will print anything. That's not a matter. Okay, and another thing, now here we have 101, 102, 103, and here I'm just trying to add the null. So is it applicable? If I'll define null here, so is it applicable? Okay, so now here you can define any value, just like here I'm just defining software. Okay, here I'm just defining software, and inside this software I'm just simply storing this null. Okay, sorry. Inside this null, I am storing this software. Is it applicable? Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Why? Because this null is a, yeah, this null is a unique. This null is also a unique. So you can store the you can store this value. But if you are trying to again define this null, it's not possible. It's not possible. Okay, why? Because it's not a unique. In the both time we are defining null and the null. The both time we are defining null and the null. Okay, so it's not possible. But value may be a same. Value it may be a same, but key must be unique. So in this case, again, I'm just trying to define here. If here we have a something ABCD, and here I'm just adding some name, just like a mesh. Okay, so this name here now just I'm just removing. Again, I'm just defining here Rohit. So see now in our data structure, in our hash map, here we have a two values with the same name. That is Rohit. Okay, you can define here also we have a search. So you can define different values, but key should be unique. Okay, you can define the same values, but the key should be unique. Okay, this is all about the map. Okay, but this is the interface. We everyone knows that. Okay, what is that? This map is nothing but the interface only. Okay, this map is nothing but the interface only. So how we can implement if I want to create something? It has a lot of properties. I have already told you the properties. The first property, key should be unique. Key should be unique. Okay, this is the first one. So it must be a unique. And the second one, so value it may be anything. Okay, key should be, and only one null key we can allow it. Only one null key we can define. Okay, later that it does not follows the and insertions plus sorting. It does it does not follow the sorting as well. See, map does not follow the sorting order, but when you will use this sorted map, that time it will follows. Okay, but here this map and this hash map both are the different thing. Okay, and this sorted map also it is implementing this map interface. Okay, so when you are using this sorted map, then only you can see the whenever you are adding a value, so it will arrange in a ascending order. Okay, it will arrange in the ascending order. You have to use this sorted map. But in this case, we are using a hash map, so it does not follow the ascending, it does not follow the sorting order. Okay, yeah, that is nice. Now just come over here, outside. This is the hierarchy, and here we haven't seen any collections here. Okay, yeah, we have a lot of methods of the map interface. Let's try. So come over here, package explorer. Okay, create a Java class. Hey, where is our Java? Yeah, so here we have a Java. We need to create a Java class. Okay, now you can just define simply demo. Finish it. Okay, so here I have defined the demo. Now let's try to implement this demo. So first of all, so we don't want to convert into anything. We just simply have to use the hash data structure. Hash data structure. So how we can use it? So map data structure we have to use, but we knows that map what is? Map is an interface. Okay. And whenever if you want to create the reference of the interface, we have to take the help from the class. Okay, we have to take the help from the class. Otherwise, we have to we have to use the method, and this method will return the object of reference of the interface. Okay, so two things we have. Just like I'm just giving one example. Here I have a JSON. Okay, create, and I'm just simply defining here create JSON builder. Create JSON builder. Here I haven't defined the main method, that's why it's showing issue. Okay, and this JSON, this is the create JSON builder will return the object of the object builder. Object builder. So this is the object. Yeah. So here basically this is an interface, so it's not possible to create the reference. Okay. You can take the help from the class. Otherwise, you can just simply define one method, and this we don't need to define. They have already created the methods. Based on this method, you can get the object. So we have a two ways. Now just try to define the main methods here. Okay, that's it. Now that's okay. Now I'm just creating a map interface. Map I'm just creating here. I'm just defining the object, and you can just simply come over here, and here we have to define the hash map. That's it. Okay, in the data structure, okay, in the collections or in the hash map, we'll use the generic. Mostly we'll use a generic. Okay, but if you don't want to use it, that's also okay. Okay, so here we have created, this is the map, and this map is an interface, so it's not possible to create the object. That's why we have taken the help from the hash map, and this is the class, and this one inherit all the properties of this map interface. Okay, so basically whatever you have defined, all the logic you have defined here, this is implemented by this hash map. Okay, so whenever you want to whenever you want to take this map, you have to go with this hash map. So how we can define the values now? How we can define the value? So for just simply add object dot put. So here we have a put options. Okay, inside that you can just define anything. So it may be a number, it may be a number, or it may be a string. It's up to you. And another thing, it's not accepting. This is not a string. What we can say? Okay, here. So this is the object. This is the object, and this one is also object. These are not a integer or the string. Okay, these are the objects, so you can store anything, it's up to you. And the first one, when you will add this one treat as a key. Okay, this one is treat as a key. So here I'm just simply defining here 101, and here I'm just defining the name. Again the same thing, we have to do it. Come here and just simply paste it, and here you can define anything. Okay, now just try to print this information now. Object, now what it will print? So basically, it will print this entire object, and inside this object, we have three entries. See, this is the entry we have. So these three entries it will print. Let's try. Yeah, here you see. And another thing, so it will represent, it will denote by using through this curly braces. Okay, just like our array or the list, it will denote as a square bracket. So our hash map will denote as a curly braces. Okay, and here we have added 101, 102, and 103. Okay, these are the things we have added, so it's printing. Okay, so this is about hash. Yeah, so here in this way we can add the values. But the thing is, now you have consider, now you have another map. So I'm just creating object 2 here. Map object 2 is equals to new hash map you can define. Okay, so here I have defined hash map, and object 2 dot put, object 2 dot put, and again I'm just simply adding 10, not a 101. You can just give it a unique value. Unique value you can define, and here you can define something, the same names, not matter. Okay, So now the thing is, now I just simply want to add this object 2 inside this object 1. How I can do it? So simply for that, you just simply have to mention here object. This is the object, and in this object we just simply want to put all this object 2. Okay, now we are just printing this object 1. So what we are doing here is, so inside this object we are putting all this objects 2. Now and later that I'm just printing that one. So you can just right click and run as and just try to run. 101, 102 search, and here you will see the 104, 105 and the 106. See, so here where it has added, actually inside this object. Now you just try to see object 2, you will only see this Rohit name multiple times. Run as and try to run it. Yeah, this is the thing. After that, now I'm just trying to add here null. So just create object and just define another one. So here object 2 we have to define dot put, and inside this put you can just simply define anything, just like a 104. Okay, 104 I have defined, and after that here I'm just simply passing here Aniket. Okay, so now you will see here, so 104, 105 and 106 and 104, so both are the common. This 104 and this 104 are the common. So what it will print? It will print Rohit or this Aniket. What you guys think? What you guys think? Now I'm just removing this object. Okay, so I'm just only printing this system.out.println, and here we have a Rohit and we have a Aniket. So what it will print? So it will print the last value. Whenever it will execute at the last, only this value it will print. So in this 104, this value it is printing. This is the thing. So it won't throw any error, but make sure that we don't have to use this. We don't have to use the same key. Okay, and it's throwing error. Yeah, it's showing the warning. Why? Because of the generic. We have to define the generic here. So firstly, we have added the integer, and secondly, we have added the string. When you will define this, it that error will go. Okay, the same thing you can define here as well. So define the integer and define the string. It's not possible to define the string here. Let me try string here. It will throws error. Why? Because in the first position as a key, you have defined integer values, and in the second you have defined the string. Okay, so that's why here we have to define the integer only. This is the thing. Yeah, this is the strong data types now, and here we are using a wrapper classes. So these are this integer and the string are the wrapper classes. These are not a primitive data types. Okay, yeah, this thing is done. Now I'm just trying to remove this. Okay, so here object 2 dot remove we have. Okay, so this is the method we have, and inside this method we have to mention the key. So specifies entry it will delete. So in this case I'm just simply mentioning 104, so it will delete this, the last one. It will delete this last one. Now let's try, no, run as Java applications. Yeah, see, so that entry of this 104 it's removed. The entry of the 104 it's removed. So indirectly we can say only we have one object. Let me open Paint. It's taking some time. Okay, so indirectly how it will store. So first of all, here we have a object 2. Object 2 we have, and inside this object 2 we are adding a multiple values. Okay, but this values will store as a key only. Okay, so consider here we have 101, and inside this 101 you have storing some value just like a search, and in this 102 you are storing some other values. Okay, search software, and here you are storing solution. So in 0103. Okay, and here again you are just trying to create this 101 key. So it's not possible. Firstly, it will search inside this object too. Is that key present just like a 101? So yeah, it is present. So indirectly, when you will add something here, when you are adding something just like any name TCS, so you are adding inside this 101 only. So that's why it has overriding. Okay, in the memory it won't create this this indexing, it's not follows the indexing. Okay, so if you are trying to create the keys in the objects or in the memory, it won't create. Okay, but when you are defining the value, it will override. Okay, yeah, here we have a lot of methods, so we have removed this one. Another thing, object 2 dot clear, so it will clear everything. Only you will get the, just try to print it. No, now what is that object 2? So here I'm just simply printing object 2, and this one is object 1, so mention the object 1 here. Okay, so first one is our object 2. Now I'm just simply trying to print this information. So you will see only the curly braces. Why? It has cleared everything. Do we have error? Yeah, we have. Object 1, we don't have it. Just right click on it and run. See, in the first it is showing only this curly braces. Why? Because we have uses this clear method, and just like that, now I just want to define the size. Now I just want to define the size. Now I just want to see the size of this particular thing. So we have to print, otherwise how we can see? We have to print system.out.println, and here you have to simply print the size. Come here. Yeah, that is nice. So this one is the size. Now it will count from the 1th index. So it will indirectly, it has a indirectly for finding it. This size it is using the indexing. So it will start from the first index. So first, second, third, and the fourth. But how many we have? We have only three because this one is a unique. We'll see how many it will print. The size run as, yeah. So it is printing only the three. We already knows that here. Okay, so it won't create this indexing directly. Whatever value we have, this value will store inside this 101. So that's why here we have a four entries, but only three it is showing. Why? Because it does not exist. Okay, so there is the thing. After that, we'll try object 2 dot. Here we have a contents key and the contents value. So now this one, this contents key and the contents value, it checks like this contents key it's present or not. So specified content key it's present or not. So here in this case I'm just mentioning 104. Okay, so this method will return the true and the false. So just define here, just define here. Yeah, so we are users here contents key 104. Okay, so in this case it will return true. Why? Because inside this map we knows that we have a key that is 104, but the same thing I just copied. Now you can just simply copy this, come over here and just simply paste it. Once you will paste, now just try to search here 107. So first time it will return true and the second time it will return false. Yeah, true and the false it is returning. Again you can just define, just use some way. Now we'll try to find out the value. So how we can find out the value? So object 2 dot contents value, that's it. Contents value, and here you have to mention the name. So we'll try to mention this name in a capital. System.out.println, print the things. Okay, now just right click or hit and just try to save it. run. So what here is returning false. Why? Because of this row is in small and this one is in capital. So make sure that both must be same. Now this time it will run true. Now this time it will run true. True. Okay. Here. So entry set also we have a for each loop as well, and the base thing, the gate, that means we can also get the keys, okay, by using this get method. We have a lot of method. Is empty. So is that set is empty? So if you want to check it, you can use this is empty method. So this one also return the true and the false flag. Okay, so now you can just take it. So this is the flag. Okay, now you can just simply print this one. Otherwise, you can just directly put this entire things inside the system.out.println. Right click over here, run as and Java application. That's it. So this time it's written false. Why? Because it doesn't. This map is not empty. Object 2 dot here you can just clear. We have discussed it. Key set is empty. That's okay. Key set, if you want more than one keys, okay, only the key sets you needed, then you can use the key set here. Okay, we have a lot, not only the one. Remove, we have uh, put if absent. So if the key is absent, key and the value, or you can say it's a key is absent, then only you can put it. Okay, so you can use this method. Replace is there. So we have a two ways. We already knows that if you want to replace the value, so you can just simply define one more entry. Otherwise, you can use this replace method. So in this case, in this 104, instead of that particular name, I am just defining the search. Now just right click. Now just try to save. Okay, so we haven't printed anywhere. Just print that particular object. So object 2 I'm just printing now. Now you will see 104 with search. Where it is 104 with the search, now you are seeing. Okay, this is the thing. Now how we can iterate the values? How we can iterate the value? So we have a lot of ways to iterate the hash value. We have a lot of ways to iterate the map. Okay, just like a for each loop also we have. So inside this, what we are doing, so this is the map we have created. Okay, a map with the help of hash map. Okay, after that we are using here for each method. So this is the method. It will work as a for each loop. Okay, it will work as a for each loop. So inside that we have to mention the key and the value. Okay, so key and the value. So what it will automatically take this all the steps. So this all the stuff it will take. Why? Because all these entries it has stored inside this hash map. Okay, inside this map, and this is the map we are trying to iterate it. Okay, so inside this map we know that we have a key and the value, and each and every time it will take one by one. Okay, each entry it will take, and it will store the key inside this key, and it will store the value inside this value. And later that what we are doing, we are directly printing it. So what, firstly we are printing key, and secondly we are printing a value. Just simply copy, come here and try to paste it. So key is this key and the value is this. Just right click over here and just try to print. Yeah, here you see key and the value we have. But the matter is you can get it. You can get it the same thing by using for loop, okay, and a lot. And we have a entry set as well. So somewhere we have entry sets here. Okay, here we have a entry set. Nothing but the entry set, so it will return the iterator. Now just try this one. Here you can come, and here we have a object 2. Oh, object 2 we have, and inside this object 2 you can just simply define the entry 2 entry set. You can get the entry set, otherwise as well. Okay, so basically we'll use the entry set. So why we are using this entry set? Because of we are just converting this hash map into an set, and later that we can implement it. Later that we can iterate. Okay, so this is the entry set. Now I have converted into the set. Okay, now I have converted this one into the set. Okay, and here you see set, and it has taking each entry. So for that they have created the entry interface. Each entry they are taking as an integer and the string. Now what I'm doing here is set dot iterator I have. Okay, iterator I need to convert, because inside this iterator only we have a methods we can use and iterate. So just take it. So now again I'm just taking this iterator, and based on this iterator now you can print the value. So here I'm just mentioning iterator dot has next. Firstly I'm checking. Okay, so I'm just using this cursor. This is nothing but the cursor. This iterator is a cursor, and I'm just checking using a while loop. Now we want to iterate the values, no? So firstly we have to check, is that value present or not? If it is present, then only we can go inside, then only we can print the values. So you can just simply come over here and just define their iterator dot next. Iterator dot next, so it will print the values. It will print the values. Now just run as and the Java applications. Yeah, here you see in the last also it has printing the values. So 104, 105 and the 106. So you can follow this way. Okay, you can follow this way. Do we have any other ways? Let's check it. That's okay. We can do it by using a for loop as well. So just copy this, come here and try to paste it. Okay. So here instead of that you can just simply define your object 2. You can just define your object 2, and it's not in a string. See, so this is the object true. It has returning the entry set. That means the set it has returning, and we are just simply taking this entry interface with, and here inside this object 2 we knows that what is the generic we have uses here, integer and the string, and here we are defining the string and the string, so it's not good. So they define their integer and the string. Okay, and later that you can directly print it, so no need to define this one and convert it. And this for each loop is easy. Okay, but it's complicated, but the work is easy. Okay, yeah, and later that here I'm just simply printing it. So key and the entry dot get key, and value you can get the entry dot get value. That's it. Now just try to execute it, but before that define here using for each loop. Using a for each loop, here we have a while, no, iterating through while loop. Yeah, and here we have a for each, no, for each method. That's it. Now right click over here and just try to run the applications. Yeah, now we got it. So first one by using a for each loop. See, here we got it, and later that iterating through the while loop. Okay, so inside this while loop, here we got the result, and after that here we have a for each loop. This is a for each loop. Any difficulty, guys?